Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys, and today we'll be doing, yes, a full review of the AU car one-piece tablet, one-screen tablet for Infiniti Q50 and Q60. Guys, let's go. Let's jump into the video. Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. First thing, shout out to my whole Boost Emotion family. Much love. I appreciate you guys for your support. And right now we have a tablet in front of us where we've replaced the stock head unit, right? Now, I want to be fair here. There will be a link below to the Q50 and Q60 version, and it will be from AccuAir. There's also a promo code that is $60 off your next purchase. So this could save you a little bit of change if you really want to get into it. So anyways, no more waiting. Let's go deep dive right into it. Let's start the car up. Everything. Also, I have put up a video on how to install this on your vehicle, so definitely look into that video too. All right, so let's start the car up, and everything is going to be real time, so bear with me. Let's go. All right, so the unit turned on. I want to be fair here. My phone is already connected to this car. So it's probably going to already throw on CarPlay. So this unit has CarPlay already pre-installed. Second, it went to Waze because you can actually choose, repeat, you can choose if you want the certain apps that will be up on startup. All right. Now, third, you have the different buttons that are on touchscreen. You have the home button, the back button, volume up, volume down. You have all app button, and then you have Windows, right? See what they do? Well, this one should go clear all. The different apps, volume up, volume down. Then you have back button, and then you have home, right? The other controls you have down here is your HVAC. Well, you actually should be able to see it. You'll touch on it, and it'll bring up your HVAC for the car. If you press on heated, that's the defroster. That turns, well, I always forget. That's max AC. I'll mess that up. This is the different air speeds of where you would want to go, right? The different directions. Go back to that. Then, of course, you can turn on your AC on, recirculation, and the amount of degrees that's on in the car right now. And let's not have it at 90. So let's figure that out at 60 whatever degrees. Cool. We're at 60 degrees. Let me turn off auto, and let's go to different directions. Now, at the bottom, you also, it's still kind of redundant. You may not be able to see it. There's another home button here. There's another all app button here. There's an AC button here. The hazard button. The dual for the climate control. The speed for, you can, when you press on this button now, these two buttons here that's to the right, when you press on this, it actually brings you back to the original, repeat, the original InTouch. With this tablet, right? What it does is it pretty much mirrors whatever the stock head unit tablet is. But guys, remember, there's a top screen and a bottom screen. You still have the top screen behind here, and it pretty much splits off a lot of the information onto here to still show. So you still have InTouch right now on that car up and working, period, right? Now, you also have the music button. This music button brings you back to InTouch. So these two buttons will bring you back to InTouch for no problem. But if you want to control the HVAC, you can also do that on this screen. Now, you still have the regular buttons over here too. So you have the up and down button, just very much like your original, off the original screen that's here. And then everything else here is still the same listed ones. All right. Now let's go back to home. Let me close off the window a little bit. Now, because this is an Android tablet, you can sign into different apps on here. Like you'll have, of course, your Google Play, your Play Store, and different apps you can usually get on that market. So I'm not going to go through that because if you understand Androids, you'll be able to do so. It's very simple. Most of us have touch phones, so just look at this as a bigger iPad, not iPad, but tablet Android. Okay, now, what I mainly want to show you guys is some of the things that I already showed you guys, the HVAC. Now, I want to show you guys some of the settings. You can customize this. So, you're going to go to settings. Let's look for settings right there. Now, you're going to go to right here. You have general, you have audio, video, user, and system, right? Now, You can customize this like any other tablet, but for the time being, I haven't fully customized it. I'm just going through what's already preset. So you have classic view and modern view. Modern view will change it up a little. I'm just going to show you for just purposes of the video. Let's go to there. Go back to home, and now it gives you a different view with the degrees, the Fahrenheit, and everything like that. And you'll set up the screen as you are with many of the apps you usually would. Okay. Now I prefer the other one, so I'm going to go back to that. Right. Back to home style. Cool. Now, your second option, day and night mode. Well, it knows what time of the day it is. You can have it as auto, kind of very much like InTouch, and you see how the screen turns white. I usually always keep it at night. I like it with black screen. I think it's cool. You have time, you have dimmer, so you can actually adjust the how bright it will be in the daytime and nighttime, and daytime and nighttime here, dimmer. Cool. You have antenna power. You have the language you can use. You can only use a specific language is listed here. Of course, I speak English. Units, of course, US and metric. You can change. You could choose your radio region, North America, or you can go through the other ones listed here. RDS, and you have sleep switch. Cool. That's the first one. Now, right here, you have something called save and reboot. So when you put this in, you can. It's already set, but it seems like you can save it and then reboot it so it will automatically be like that. But for what I really noticed, once you make this change here, you don't really have to save and reboot, because when you turn off the car, like, it automatically saves. Audio. Now with the audio, that's you can choose the different modes: classic, jazz, popular, and you have different presets and customs here. You can also do low pass filter, high pass filter, strong bass. There's a lot more adjustments here for you. Then you have sound fill, where it'll let you know where you actually want the sound to go to, because it's still connected to the Inter system. Also, remember with this unit, remember guys, there is an output for audio. So if you have a system that you want to run through this would actually give you a lot more control of that aftermarket system you choose to add to the car. Cool. And then last one, you have the different gains you can have depending on what speakers you have. So it gives you a lot of adjustability. If you guys are into music, this will let you definitely deep dive right into that. Cool. Back button. Now you have mic gain. You can adjust that. And you have sound gain. When you say it says radio, music, video, Bluetooth music, auxiliary, Navi, and stuff. This is when you can adjust the different video volumes for the different things you use in the car. Cool. Video in motion, and HDMI assistant. Now, HDMI video in motion should be, I believe you should be able to drive the car, and like say you have YouTube up, which you can download YouTube on this and watch YouTube videos, right? Oh, you don't download it, but you watch it through your Google or through the YouTube app, and when you're driving, it'll show on the tablet. And HDMI assistant, it kind of lets you know automatically if you want to connect the HDMI out. The HDMI out pretty much means that it connects to this cluster. If you guys checked the other video, I did a deep dive in installing and using this cluster, so you guys should definitely look into that. But it pretty much projects whatever is on this screen as CarPlay on this screen on the tablet over here. Check out that video on how these two things communicate with each other. If you turn that, it'll get rid of that, but it'll automatically still do that. But I keep it up because I want to see it. Now you have user. You have the default, you can choose your default Navi app, YouTube, Spotify. This is mainly just the first ones that you want to add to the screen, right? The first apps that will usually pop up. I have it as maps right now. Cool. Back. All right, what's next? Boot logo. So you can choose a type of logo that pops up when you first start the car. So if you want a Q50 to start up or a picture of your family, you can choose so. I don't have any of that set yet. You have boot animation, what you want it to load up so it can show as an animation when the car first starts up. You have app customization, of course, Waze, online music, online video, app, AP, and then you could go through as see fit. Startup application automatically. I already have that as Waze. So yeah, well, my default is Waze as on startup, but then you can also choose your maps that you use as default. And then of course you have voice. You have Google Voice here that you use. Now, same thing, same setup. You have setup guide, and it has car model, you can put your car model in, temperature display, factory amp, reverse mute. This is when you're putting the car in reverse, it'll actually put it on mute if you wanted to, or bring it down. Dynamic guideline, radar sound. I noticed the car, does it have a little bit of that? I just want to make sure. Well, you guys can kind of see what it does here. I don't have sensors, so if I had sensors, it'll be beeping off. My car doesn't have sensors. Right-hand drive mode, rear door tip positive or negative. You have show door state. That lets you know if the doors are open and closed. Then you have previous and negative buttons, volume up and down negative, and high car on or off. Cool. That's the system settings, and you can choose and customize it as much as you want to do here. Now let's go back home. So now you guys know, okay, so now what I want to tell you guys is this. Because it's still projecting some of the InTouch, right? You can connect your phone as a Bluetooth, right? Or Wi-Fi. Well, Bluetooth in the sense of CarPlay directly to this unit and play music, right? You can do that. Or you can go back to InTouch right here. Back to InTouch, go to audio, and then go to Bluetooth and connect. You can still connect your music back to the stock unit itself and play music then. So both ways, if you connect to this or that, it will play. Now, of course, you can't connect to both and then have both of them play, because then they're both on the same, basically connected to each other, so it wouldn't make sense. But you could actually technically still connect to both, which is weird. And then the audio would have an issue. But with anything else that deals with audio, you shouldn't be doing that anyways, okay? So you'll connect either to this or you'll connect to the unit itself. But most likely you'll connect to the unit itself. Now, back to, and same thing with the radio and everything works like that too. Very similar. You can still do the radio and everything on this unit too. Now, what I want to show you is car auto. All right, so now we're going to pop up CarPlay. I'm going to see. I don't know if my CarPlay is on. It should be on. Let me just double check and see. Okay, my CarPlay is on. Now it's switched over to CarPlay. So I don't have too much on my phone, my now playing, my calendar, but I can add more stuff to CarPlay if I want to, if I choose to, and then everything is touchscreen. Look how fast everything moves. It moves pretty good. I pretty much like it. Now, I'm not going to go through the different maps and stuff because it works as if it's like off your phone. Plus, I don't want to show ways and kind of show where I live and everything like that. But I can still press on like YouTube Music, and you guys get to see some of the stuff that I listen to. This is how it loads up. And you see I got a couple of music there, some Afro beats, and I could choose to press play, but I don't want to deal with any monetization or anything like that. Cool, let's press back. All right, back. Okay, cool. And then what else is here? And then, of course, this is how Waze pops up right now. And it's showing exactly where I am and everything like that. And it has the music, and you could switch between there, and you guys kind of get my drift. All right, cool. Let's back play. Let's go back home. Right? Now we're back home. Now, of course, you can use, of course, you're connected. You can type in the things you're looking for Google here. You can move this. You should be able to move this up and down. Let me see. Back. Remember, I'm still learning it, guys, so bear with me. Some of this stuff should still be able to move. Maybe not that one. That's CarPlay. It doesn't move. This stuff can move down here. Right? It tells you altitude. Some of the information, 340 miles, 45 miles to empty. And you have clouds, everything like that. Cool. Now, as of right now, this is just some of the simple stuff that this things does. Now, there's a lot more it can do because obviously you have HDMI and other things you can add. Of course, you guys want me to show you how YouTube come up, so I'll show you guys how YouTube looks. Just like a tablet, you have the information that's up here. Now, you have internet. You press on internet, right? I have it already. It can connect through Wi-Fi to my phone because my hotspot is on, right? So that's automatically connected. Now you can see that the cluster is here too. So the cluster is that if you want to connect it through Wi-Fi, if you want to, but there's no point in doing that, obviously here. And then anything else will come up usually through Wi-Fi. iPhone is the headset. This is the hotspot device. You have that on. Backlight is off. Now, of course, I can hit backlight off, back on. You have reboot system, you have dark theme, you have screenshots you could take, and other systems. Again, back to the system settings. Now, it connects to your phone. Once you set it up and you want it to connect, I already have it set up to connect to it. It connects to it perfectly fine. So let's go to YouTube, because you guys want to see that. Let's put in Boost in Motion. I'm the first one that comes up, right? Let's go to Boost in Motion. Remember, it's going off the speed of your phone, of your internet. This is one of my latest videos. Lower my q50 filter change, and this will blow up your q50 and battery change. Let's go to now I want the red split seats. I want to see. I did my headlights and my seat swap, guys. Let's go to that. Let's press play on that. Once again, the speed of my phone. Hey, I don't got ads. I don't even have ads. Crazy. Skip. Come here, everybody. This is my clapped out Infiniti Q50, guys. Let's go. Let's jump into the video. Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. See, it's playing. Let's move the car. Good night. Thanks. See, it's playing everything. I'm already moving. The car is moving right now. Everybody back to Boost and I go back in reverse. This is my clapped out Q50 Infiniti. Oh my God, we have a lot to do today. Boom. And we're gonna talk about all the things and all the changes, because how did we even get here? And first thing, guys, first thing. Shout out to my whole Boost in Motion family. Much love, I appreciate it. I want to show you guys something else cool. Take a look. And today, we're gonna talk about this Infiniti Q50. Now, I bought this car. Bear with me. Let's press pause here. Right, let's press pause. I'm gonna move the camera, and you guys are gonna like this. This is why you get the cluster too. The cluster also shows what you're watching. Months ago, because this is my third Q50. Isn't that fire? I want to boost a 3.7. Always wanted to do it. I had a black on black one like this before. That's cool. So you can also still watch, repeat, you can still watch what you're looking at, which is super cool. I love that feature. Bear with me, guys. I'm doing everything off the head right now. Okay, let me fix this a little bit. Let's continue. So, now that you guys know and see what you can do, remember, any other app that you guys choose to run, remember, I can go through, it was about to go to T-Mobile on the Google website. Once you're connected to the internet, you can still listen to the internet. Now, but let's say if I wanted to play, I'm watching that regular, no, I'm not even gonna say it. Let's say I wanted to play music right now, right? Because now I'm technically connected to the internet. I will still go back to CarPlay, and now the CarPlay would turn off. Remember, because it can't connect to both at the same time. All right, it took a little while. What I realized, it doesn't automatically switch over, so what you're gonna have to do is turn off the Wi-Fi, press done, go back to there. See, look, Hotspot turned off, right? No network available, because you can't do both at the same time. And then now it should connect back to CarPlay with no issue. It's gonna look for the CarPlay now, and then it should be able to swap over now, because you see before it'll show that the Wi-Fi is on, right, but the Bluetooth is on. So the Bluetooth will always remain connected, because as long as you have the Bluetooth on. So now it just has to load up, and now the CarPlay comes back up. So you can't do the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth at the same time, especially if you're using the internet, if you get what I mean, because it can't do both. And I don't know if any other stuff, electronics, can really do both at the same time. So you can't be on the internet and then also want to play music on CarPlay, because you just can't do the two, right? Now, of course, I already showed you guys that I want to give some of the things that I dislike about this unit, right? Now, the first thing that I dislike about this unit is, honestly, it's not here, it's not showing. We don't have a volume button anymore. I like the volume thing that turns, but it's a tablet, I get it. But personally, I still like physical buttons. I like that they kept the buttons here, but now I either have to press the volume button here, or I have to do it off the steering wheel. I never really use the steering wheel for volume like that, because I hate having to do things multiple times. I like the button where you twist it. I like that a lot, music, because I just go whoop, that's it, one touch rather than multiple touches. Second thing that I dislike about this unit is, well, maybe because it's me, I just haven't had Android in a while, so it is a slight learning curve knowing that I've used to have Androids and now I've been on iPhones like the last 3 phones. So it's like I'm kind of getting back to the idea of Androids, and that's really it. It's just an iPhone versus Android type of thing. That's all. No more complaints. Other than that, I think that this starts up quick. I think, oh, I gotta show you guys, or I might, you know what, I can't show y'all, but I'll talk about it. So, right, so let's say you go here and you go to audio. You know you can make your changes here. I want you guys to know right now, if you put this on vocal mode and popular mode and jazz mode, it sounds terrible because it makes so much dramatic changes to the audio that these speakers are just not, the OEM speakers are not designed for it. This stuff is mainly for when you are more professional and you have the system that can follow it. So it doesn't mean that the unit is doing anything bad. It's just that the gains from you making changes here will drastically change the quality of the sound. So that's why I make it custom, and you can pick your own and go up as, I mean, you adjust it best suits you, which is the customizability. But anything here where it's already preset, don't touch it. It's going to sound terrible because our systems are just not designed to go to that type of quality. That would be another downfall that I would say of this unit. I also want to say there is a little bit of a redundancy here. What I mean by that is, like, yeah, you can control this here. You press on it, and then you can also control some of this stuff here in the different modes and the different places you want to go in. And you can press up here, down here. Like, it exists. But I think it's a little bit redundant. This is my personal opinion. Of course, you could do here, and then you could just turn it fully off. I mean, if you want to hear it, it's cool, but I don't know. Maybe, technically, the InTouch did the same thing. Because when you go to InTouch, the same thing technically is kind of on the screen with the InTouch, where you could turn that up, and then steering wheel heater, dual, or whatever. It still applies the same way. So, even though there's some redundancy, it's not like it wasn't redundant before. Go back to home. Another thing I would sit there and say that I particularly dislike about it, I'm being quite honest, not much. I think this is what Infiniti should have done when they first came out with it. I remember when I saw this car in 2013 and I saw the 2 screens and I'm like, that's super dope. It's kind of like how Teslas, remember Teslas came out a long time ago too. I was like, it's kind of with the 1 screen that's super dope because phones wasn't as big yet, right? And I was like, this is dope. And then when I got my first Q50 in 2015, I love that they had the screen, but I was like, this is useless though. I liked the look of the 2 screens they have, but it was all useless. The top screen was mainly a very terrible map, right? Remember the top screen was a terrible map, and then the bottom screen was mainly used just for HVAC. Remember, there was a settlement from Infiniti where it's like, the InTouch was supposed to do a lot more. Like, you're supposed to be able to go on Facebook and all this other stuff, and it failed at it. It was just basically a glow screen that just gave you HVAC and audio. That it was all, and it stopped there. So I think this is something that technically, in my personal opinion, how it should have came, right? You have also Android Auto and CarPlay, right? So you can go between the two. But I think that this is how it should have came. This is the Mark 7. I've been in the community for a long time, and I know there was Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3, Mark 4, like there was different ones as they got. And I've been from being in this platform for so long. They had different processors, they had different speeds. The touch wasn't that good. The quality wasn't as good as it was compared to what it is now. But knowing that where we are right now on the customability of this and how fast it moves, it has a better processor. It has it has what it needs to be done to make it proficient. I like this. I've had this installed for about 2 weeks now. I don't daily drive this car as often as I used to, but I haven't really run into anything where the car will glitch. Now, if you turn this car off right now, right, but then turn it right back on, this won't start up as quick. It'll start up like 5 seconds slower, right, or 3 seconds slower, but it'll start up. That's the only thing I noticed. But that's if I turn it off and then turn it right back on. I guess there's a certain amount of time it wants to reset itself or whatever. But if you turn this off, wait a minute, or turn this off, went upstairs and came back down and turned it back on, it'll start up the same amount of speed. So other than that, like, I really don't have any other complaints. Oh, there's a slight little glitch here. So you see how it says 89 degrees? I want to add that to it. Right now, it's cold. the AC is cold. But there's a slight little glitch here, maybe because you can plug it in and update it. It's 89. It says 89 degrees, but it's not. It's actually on AC and it's cold. So what you have to do is just go up and above, and it'll like, you see how it turned from like 94 to like 60, like. So I guess it's kind of confused by that. But if I want to turn this to heat, let's say I start turning up to heat to, I gotta press all these buttons. Let's say I want to go to heat now. It's turning to heat. Now I'm getting hot air with the AC on, which I don't want. So I have to go back down and do it. So if you have your car set to AC, and you have the temperature set to low, and then you restart it and you go back and forth through that, and you see 90, it's not 90 degrees. Just go up and down with the thing, and it'll show you. It'll just go up or down, and it'll just go back to 60, because it's just kind of resetting itself. You have to kind of do the loop. But that's about it. Like, there's really no other. I want to just keep it honest and open with it. I know for other people this is super. Oh, I gotta be fair. I'm forgetting other things. You're not going to be able to see it because it's daytime. You have ambient light. So you can actually change these little lights on the side to different colors. So they'll actually, because LED lights, they're all the same spectrum. Like, you don't have to get a special type of light to have an LED. All LEDs are on a vast spectrum. So I have it set to white, but you could also set these buttons to like red. It's not going to come up and show because it's not as bright LEDs in these, but at night it will show the difference. But the door lights and the steering wheel lights are usually like white or like light green or whatever. So I just keep it at white. And you can turn off the LED. You can turn on the LED. You can change how you want this to actually look, which is pretty cool. And I like that. And of course you can make this brighter here by pressing this button, and I will turn it brighter. I usually keep it to the lowest one. Oh, the other one looks a little bit better. Cool. And let's go back home. Right, so I wanted to run it off by saying, ultimately, should this be a unit that you actually choose to come and get on your own? Like, should you purchase something like this for yourself, for your car, for your Q50? To be honest with y'all, I'm always honest, and I tell y'all when something's good or something's bad. I'm not really trying to get over on y'all, right? My personal opinion, if you can afford it and you know this is a car that you're going to keep for a while, I know this is a car I'm going to keep it for a while. And I said in my previous videos, this middle section was a waste of time. So for my life, this is a good investment because it has, in my other car, I have a 7 Series as my other car, and I have the E63 and the C63. I noticed our phones, we're still connected to our phones. And sometimes when we get in a car, we want our phones connect to the car. Not only with music, but other things. This does everything that I need to do on my phone on here, and then more. It's nice that I could pull up, go to ChatGPT on my phone or whatever, and I'm like, wait, I could do that off of here if I'm sitting there chilling. Bigger screen, I could watch movies, which is always a plus, especially for long road trips. Or I'm listening to podcasts, right? You can listen to podcasts on audio, but then you can also watch podcasts here going to work. Well, you shouldn't be watching it because obviously you should pay attention to the road, but you guys get the idea, right? So I think that's actually a big benefit. I like that you can still say, you know what? I don't want to use the Android side. I can use the InTouch side. So it still here exists. And be honest, it makes the cabin look better. Look at it. The cabin looks better. It looks better with this. I've showed this to my friends, and my friends was like, yo, that has changed up the interior a lot. Because technically, door panels are going to be door panels. Seats are going to be seats. All right? Most cars still look very similar when it comes to the seats and door panels. But what always matters the most is how the dash and screen look like, right? That's the most important. So I like that. And finally, because I have this and the cluster over there, they're still connected within the HDMI. So I can actually, if I have Waze up, I can actually have Waze mirror over here onto the center cluster. So guys, other than that, I'm going to put the full links to every single Q50, Q60, because depending on your year, you have to get the specific one. If you have a 2020 and up Q50, you have to use a slightly different one because it's different plug outs. And if it's 2019 and younger, then use that one. Other than that, the links will be below. There's a promotional code, Boost in Motion, You guys can save $60 off the next purchase one. I've made a whole detailed video on how to install it. I think I said, I forgot to say, I don't know if I said how hard it is to install. I think if you're patient with it, you can do this to yourself. You don't have to pay a shop to do it because you're just plugging stuff in. That's all you're doing. This is something that you guys can do on your own. On your own. You're not going to mess up. You're not cutting and splicing anything. If you just plugs back into where they're supposed to go, color code it, and or there's nothing, like, everything's not the same size. So some places, some things plugs can't fit into some spots because they don't use the same plug. Once you do that and plug it back in and screw everything back in, technically it's failure proof. So the unit itself, I like it. I like the adjustability of it. It fits into my lifestyle. It plays, it works, it's functioning. I'm happy with this purchase. This is definitely going to work out for me. So guys, shout out to AU Car. Shout out to all my Boost Motion family that watch me. I tried to make this video detailed. There's a lot more to this unit than just what I said. I kept it surface level based on what's preset, but think about it like a tablet. Whatever you can do technically on your tablet, you can do on this. In your car, in motion, of course, don't crash the car, or parked up. This is fire. I definitely like this. I definitely do. So otherwise than that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Thank you everybody for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.